Wish TV, News 8 at 11 with Phil Sanchez starts now.
The Hoosiers are on the brink of a big win tonight in the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Good evening at 11 o'clock. I'm Derek Dennis. Phil Sanchez has the night off. Indiana facing off against the Oregon Ducks for a spot in the College Football National Championship game right now. They're in the final minutes of play, and fans across the city and around the state are, of course, rooting for IU. News 8's Kat Sandoval is at the district tap downtown. And Kat, you've been there a while. How are fans feeling?
Hey Derek, fans are really excited. I know the time is almost here. IU fans can absolutely smell it. The game's not over yet, but they're quite quickly. And joining me is Talibé. He's an IU fan. How do you think IU's doing so far?
I feel like IU doing real amazing right now. They have a real chance to take it all the way to the championship game.
Another question for you. How are you feeling?
I feel real amazing. I'm a big IU fan, and I'm so happy that IU finally get to win a game to go to the championship game.
You know, if they do win and beat Miami, that means we'll have our first ever state championship.
First
NCAA,
ever.
what does that mean for Indiana? What does it mean to IU fans?
It means a lot to Indiana, because we're trying to show people that we're a big sports nation, we're a big sports fan. And it means a lot to everybody.
Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And sending it back to you, Derek. But
Mendoza.
one thing that the viewers need to know is that the next game is going to be January 19th.
Not getting Mendoza, sure.
Reporting live in Indianapolis. You can also hear the cheers, by the way. By reporting live in Indianapolis, I'm Kat Sandoval, Wish TV, WishTV.com.
All right, Kat, don't move a muscle. The game's almost over when we are keeping a close eye on the Peach Bowl as the game wraps up. And right now, the score 56-15. There's just about 2 minutes left remaining in the fourth quarter. Sports director Anthony Calhoun is at the game, feeding us information, but he will have everything you need to know from the game tomorrow morning on News 8 Daybreak. All right.
Live from Wish TV, this is The
Look at my
Zone,
shoe.
presented by Old National Bank.
That's it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the zone. We start tonight
I
just
give me
after
some
a
new
Hoosiers win in the
shoes.
Peach Bowl with Ben Davis and North Central. It was on our sister station, My Indy TV 23. First quarter, Jay Sean Ladd gets the score and rocking for the Giants at the top of the key. They go up 3. Third quarter, North Central chipping away at the Giants lead. That's Antonio McFarland. Panthers within 6. Seconds ticking down in the third. Jeremiah Murphy letting it fly right at the half. Nothing but net. Ben Davis up 10. Giants now up 14 in the fourth. Taj Long with transition
night,
layup.
Mom.
Ben Davis goes on to win 71-58. Hello, everyone, and welcome into the first zone of 2026. Honored to be here with you. I'm Angela Moran. Coming up tonight, we'll have highlights of a total of 10 high school games from across central Indiana, including some conference clashes in the Mid-State and Circle City conferences. If you're looking for those scores, be sure to scan that QR code right there on your screen for the Central Indiana Zone scoreboard. Also ahead, the latest on the Peach Bowl winning national championship bound Indiana Hoosiers as they beat down the Oregon Ducks. But first, back to high school basketball at historic Southport Fieldhouse, and the Cardinals hosting Center Grove. Second quarter, Southport's Samuel Lloyd working the inside, gets the basket plus the whistle. Cardinals with the lead, and he was fired up after that. Later in the quarter, Malachi Brevard pulling up off the dribble, buries the jumper. Southport leads 15 at the break. Third quarter, Trojans battling back. Alakai Kolbeck can't finish, but gets his own rebound and hooks it in. Center Grove back within 9. It was just too much from the Cardinals, though. Christopher Cruz Vicente feeds Jonathan Fultz. That full of a basket right there. Southport wins it 69-61, the final. Sticking on the south side, Roncalli hosting Franklin Central tonight. Second quarter, Roncalli on offense, trailing by 5. Connor Kessler's shot. This beats the buzzer right at Flashes lead by 5. Still in the third, Roncalli back to work. First try by the Royals, no good, but big man Joe Taylor, all 6'9" of him in there to clean it up. The lead now at 7. Flashes fighting to stay in front. Down low, Draylon Vaden gets the layup to drop. Franklin Central wins 64-60. Bishop Chatard hosting rival Gary Catholic in a low-scoring affair tonight. Tight game at halftime. Third quarter, Ari Saab pops it back in off of the offensive rebound. That ties it up at 28. Then the Eagles, though, started flying. Ball movement inside sets up Zach Tansell outside from deep downtown. Darren goes up 3. Trojans can't get anything going offensively. Turn the ball over at half court here. Credit Jake Grissom with the steal. Hayden Rogers, the hoop and the harm. He likes that. Lead goes up to 6. Still more coming. Grissom this time wants the points. Caps off a 10-0 run for the Eagles with that. Darren wins it 61-40. Greenwood making the short trip to Whiteland to face the Warriors tonight. First quarter, Whiteland down 2. Pass to Tyler Angerer. The junior's 3 gives the Warriors an early 1-point lead. Later on, Greenwood's offense down 3. Corner fade away from Asen Swain. That puts the Woodmen's difference back to 1. First quarter closing. If no one's open, how about you just take it yourself? Greenwood's Owen King from downtown. Woodman now leading by 2. But it was the Warriors working their way back. Dane Coons, I should say, gets it to go. Whiteland wins 71-64. Basketball in the forefront, but eyes still on the IU game down at Franklin as the Grizzly Cubs hosting Mooresville. Love that. Luke Sherry gets things going for Franklin with that triple. Grizzly Cubs up 5. Omari Thomas keeps that going for Franklin after Trent Hall gets the steal. Thomas, the breakaway layup. Mooresville responding here. Colton Breedy with the corner 3 for the Pioneers. Then Chris Moore. Nice pass to find Xavier Browning for his bucket. But it was all Franklin in this one. 73-43, the final. 6 games down, but we still have much more coming up here on the Zone. More high school basketball highlights coming up, including Greenwood Christian on the road taking on Heritage Christian. Stay with us.
Wish TV's The Zone, presented by Old National Bank.
Welcome back to the Zone, everyone. Greenwood Christian on the road at Heritage Christian senior night for the Eagles. They get things going early. Gavin Schunk drives in for the bucket, drops it in. Heritage Christian up 2. If you like that, you'll love this. Schunk hitting the spin move, muscles one in after that. Eagles start on a 6-0 run. Greenwood Christian not backing down though. Finn Satir from long range from the wing. That ties the game. But later in the quarter, Eagles turning defense into offense. Isaac Otterburn takes the Cougars turnover and turns it into points. Plus he got the whistle there. Final score update we have on this one. Heritage Christian was up 71-66 with 17 seconds left in that fourth quarter. At Speedway High School, the Spark Plugs hosting Heron tonight. Early on, Drew Metallic brings it up the floor, gets to the rim, and scores. Speedway up by 6. Later in the first, Heron working the ball to an open Jaden Parker. He hits that 3. In the final seconds of the quarter, Parker drives, kicks to Josiah Clark, another 3. They trailed by 4 after the quarter. Second quarter, A.J. Lund misses this 3, but it's Metallic. He's there for the offensive board and the finish. Our last score update had Speedway leading by 4 in the second quarter. Let us know if you have the final score of this game. Covenant Christian hosting Cardinal Ritter tonight. Second quarter tie game. Ritter's Thomas McDowell, the 3rd, knocks down the triple, just like his name. The 3rd, the triple. Yeah, top of the key 3 for him. Fast forward to the 4th. Less than a minute left. Ritter up 1. Reston Laughlin's 3 gives Covenant Christian a 4-point lead. 2 seconds left. Anthony Anuka, I should say, shot from half court, but just misses as Covenant Christian wins 63-61. Sheridan on the road at Tri Central. First quarter, still still no score. Sheridan on the break. Jax Pierman gets the bucket off the lob pass to put them up later in the first. Sheridan rolling up 15-2 now. Trey Page's catch and shoot three is nothing but net, just adding to that lead. Blackhawks on the break, up again by 15. Desh, Donathan, and Pierman, a perfect give and go. Donathan gets the bucket there. Sheridan goes on to win 81-30. Wow. All right, don't forget, scan the QR code to get the All Indiana Sports apps, everything you need for your high school sports, plus Colts, Pacers, Indiana Hoosiers, Purdue Boilermakers, everything right there in the palm of your hand. Scan that QR code now. Time for a break, but still more to come here on The Zone. Of course, we have to talk about the Hoosiers. They're championship bound because it was a heck of a game against Oregon and Atlanta. We'll have highlights next.
I was at work. I tripped over a post that was in the floor. I was in the worst pain I have ever been in my life. I decided to call Morgan & Morgan. Working with them was so easy. Everything went very smooth. I never had to go to the office until I went to pick up my check. You don't pay them a dime unless they win. They want to do right by you. Call Morgan & Morgan. They got you.
Wish TV is proud once again to partner with the Moselle Sanders Foundation, helping those in need on Thanksgiving for over 50 years. This year was record-breaking, raising more than $158,000 and providing over 10,000 meals to families in need across our community.
Thank you, Indiana. We are full. You guys always show up and show out for us.
Thank you to our partners and your generosity for ensuring meals reach those who needed them most. Wish TV, focused on family and the community.
Before and after. Before and after. If you have a before kitchen, now's the time to call Kitchen Saver and get a beautiful after. With our custom cabinet renewal process, you can have a brand new kitchen within 3 to 5 days. We're so confident in our products that we'll back it all, labor and materials, with our 10-year limited warranty. Claim our special offer and become a satisfied customer today.
Prepare to be impressed. Kitchen Saver.
Jeff Mancini here with an incredible offer from Mighty Bite. We're celebrating 15 years and the most lure patents in history. Mighty Bite looks, smells, sounds, feels, tastes, and swims like a wounded baitfish. With millions of pieces sold and fish being caught around the world, Mighty Bite's interchangeable adaptive features transforms the lure, creating irresistible erratic wound in action that ignites the predatory instinct to make fish strike. Only Mighty Bite has real-life fin action that fish can't resist. Increased performance with our replaceable weights, sound rattles, and super scent stick attractant. It's better, lasts longer, and never washes off like all those other lures. So it just works better in almost every fishing situation and for every type of fish. Catch more and bigger fish with Mighty Bite. Guaranteed more bites or your money back. Order now and get 4 free gifts, including the incredible UFO Glow Kit to get the bite at night. Call or click today.
You're watching Wish TV, Indiana's only statewide TV news network. All Access Indy, Atlanta, brought to you by First Merchants Bank.
It was a historic season that continues for the Indiana Hoosiers as IU is officially punched its ticket to the national championship game in Miami. This wasn't just a win in the Peach Bowl. It was an absolute beatdown of the Oregon Ducks. Let's see how it all happened. It started right at the beginning as Kurt Signetti's team would come out ready to go in this one. Look at this. First play of the game. Dante Moore's pass picked off by D'Angelo Pons, and he takes it back to Bloomington. Are you kidding me? Pick 6 to open the game. What a start for the Hoosiers. They led 7-0. Second quarter, Fernando Mendoza with time. On a dime. Charlie Becker, Charlie B from Nashville, Tennessee, making the catch, 36-yard touchdown. IU led by 28 at halftime. Fourth quarter, Mendoza finding Elijah Surratt back in the end zone for the 3-yard score. That is his second touchdown of the game. IU rolls 56-22. They have to face the Miami Hurricanes just over a week in the national championship game. We're going to have much more from Atlanta and sports director Anthony Calhoun on Daybreak tomorrow. We head to the NFL where the playoffs kick off tomorrow with a wild card weekend. straight year, though. The Indianapolis Colts will not be a part of the postseason fun. General Manager Chris Ballard and head coach Shane Steichen will be back next season, but there are questions surrounding what the roster will look like in 2026. This week, Ballard said the team will evaluate everything as they look to improve.
There's going to be adversity in every season. There just is. It's the NFL. It's a hard league. It's hard to win. And things are going to happen. And you've got to find ways to be deep enough and have enough talent on the roster that you can still win games. We've got to evaluate everything. You know, we were 2-7 in one-score games. That we got to flip that trend. So those are all areas that we're going to delve into. I'm not going to sit here and say I have the answers right now, but we're working towards that.
Colts need to channel their inner Hoosiers for next season. We'll be back after break.
I got hurt bad in a car wreck and needed help across central Indiana this morning, so gusty winds and heavy rain early today and then falling temperatures throughout the remainder of the day. Right now we're cloudy across the state. We picked up a quarter-inch of rainfall here in the city, a half-inch of rain from Bloomington to Shelbyville, and we saw the high temperature soar into the 60s early this morning before the cold front moved on through. We'll see some rain across the area coming up for your Saturday afternoon. Rain will change over to snow coming up Saturday night into Sunday morning, plus I'm also tracking a brief warm-up. We've got the timeline for your weekend forecast on CBS 4 News at 11, and that starts right now.
Live from our central Indiana studios, this is the CBS 4 News.
All right, CBS 4 following breaking news right now at 11. IU has won the Peach Bowl and is headed to the College Football Playoff Championship for the first time in program history. CBS 4's Chris Whitlick joins us now. And Chris, I mean, we thought they would win, but
we did.
Nobody thought they would win like this, though.
They keep winning games just like this.
Yeah.
I think they're proving to everybody they are the best team. They've got no weak spots.
Time for us to be believers.
We've been believers for a long time. Indiana's historic football season, filled with program firsts, just keeps getting better. Since the college football playoffs began, no school's been able to beat a team twice in the same season, but none of them had Kurt Cignetti and Fernando Mendoza. Well, a sea of cream and crimson in Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium, a Hoosier takeover, and made a real difference. First play, Oregon quarterback Dante Moore intercepted by D'Angelo Pons, 25 yards of the end zone. The place went bonkers. Oregon did respond with a touchdown on the next drive. Back comes Indiana. First offensive drive, that's a TD pass to Lawrence Norris, Omar Cooper, and it is 14-7 Indiana. But Oregon kept turning the ball over. The quarterback, the running back, connect too close. That's a fumble inside the Oregon 5. Indiana recovers. They score again. Here comes Mendoza, the Heisman Trophy winner. A TD pass to Charlie Becker, a thing of beauty. And it's 28-7. The lead just kept growing and growing. Fernando Mendoza, in the end, throws 5 touchdown passes. Bobby only had 3 incompletions. That was it. Unbelievable stuff. The final score, Indiana 56-22. It's on to the national championship game in Miami Monday, January 19. We hope to have much more from Atlanta a little bit later.
Just a remarkable performance, and what a story, Chris. I mean, the IU football program, it is making history in so many ways. We can't wait for your coverage coming up later in this newscast. Our coverage.
Indiana's historic football season, filled with program firsts, just keeps getting better. Indiana knocks off a tough Oregon team 56-22 to advance to the national championship. Dave Griffiths is there in Atlanta.
The only question remaining for Indiana fans in the fourth quarter was just how fast could they book passage to Miami. They are moving on to the national championship game after thumping Oregon in the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl. Fernando Mendoza led the way. 5 touchdowns for the Heisman Trophy winner, and now they move on, turn their focus to the Hurricanes, who will play in their home stadium. Every stadium in the college football playoff has seemed like a home environment for Indiana so far. We will see what they can do in the Orange Bowl for the national championship.
Dave, thank you. So there is your final score. Actually, it's updated, 56-22. Each team scored a touchdown a little bit later. He mentioned Mendoza had 5 touchdown passes. Our Dave Griffiths is on the field, and he has more with one of the guys who caught one. It's Charlie Becker.
We all came in the spring and the summer, and we just worked our tails off. And, come out here and do all that stuff. It's a point to all the hard work and all the teamwork that we have.
Charlie Becker catching a touchdown pass, and Indiana wins 56-22. Hey, the last time IU won a bowl game before the Rose Bowl was the 91 Copper Bowl. That squad was led by head coach Bill Mallory. Now, Mallory took the Hoosiers to multiple postseason games, including 2 Peach Bowls. Our Nicole Weaving takes a look back at his legacy through the eyes of his son Kurt.
Pick up the phone and he's like, "You going after that job?" I said, "What do you think?" He goes, "Go get it."
Coaching football is the family business for the Mallorys.
We came from a teaching family, and my dad would be the first to tell you, coaching is teaching. And he took a lot of pride in being the best teacher on campus.
And Indiana State head coach Kurt Mallory certainly learned from the best.
You know, the reason why my brothers and I got into this great profession was the impact that my father made on young men. And so it was easy for us to follow in his footsteps. And there's a lot of things that we learned. There's no one I admire more than my father.
Bill Mallory is Indiana's all-time winningest head coach with 69 victories in his 13 seasons.
He never lost sight of the belief that we were going to be winners. You know, to build Indiana to a point where it was respected and we could play with anybody. We ended up beating every team in the Big Ten. He was just an inspiration to a lot of people.
All Big Ten linebacker Joe Huff was on 3 of Mallory's 6 bowl teams, including the 1987 Hoosiers, who played Tennessee in the Peach Bowl.
We were definitely physically tough enough. We should have won the game, but unfortunately, at the end, we didn't come through. But man, just being there in a big bowl and working through a program that we started 0-11 with Bill to finish that bowl game was just exciting.
I remember walking around with him, and he was showing me where Hank Aaron hit his home run, and I remember how that game ended. But I just remember being with my dad on the sidelines and just a lot of great memories.
Indiana played in the Peach Bowl again in 1990 against Auburn. Huff had graduated while Kurt Mallory watched on TV as he prepared for the Gator Bowl as a linebacker at Michigan.
It was a foggy day. You could barely see it on TV. And Trent Green went around the corner, and if it was instant replay, he scored and they beat Auburn. But he didn't have it back then.
Kurt says there was no bigger IU football fan than his dad. And as this season's Hoosiers inch closer to a national championship, Kurt knows his dad would be smiling.
He's awfully happy. You know, he's beaming. Sorry, I get a little emotional. I got so many text messages throughout the year, especially the other night, just how happy, you know, I bet your dad's beaming down from heaven, and that's probably an understatement, you know, how excited he is of the program and the success that they're having. And I know if he could say something, he'd say, "Go get it, go finish it."
And that's exactly what IU plans to do against Oregon on Friday. For Never Daunted, I'm Nicole Weaving.
And that's exactly what they did against Oregon. Hey, our great state is known for its basketball, but quite a few high school games tonight were rescheduled, letting families and fans stay home to watch IU in the Peach Bowl. How about it? Tonight, Ben Davis trying to make it 7 in a row, hosting North Central. BD dialed in early. Jay-Sean Ladd splashes a shot from downtown for the first bucket of the game. So the Panthers respond, and Tony McFarland kicks it out to Bryce Harris, a corner 3, and we are tied. Ladd wants another deep ball, but this one is off the mark. Lewis Harvey there for the putback. Time winding down in the first. How about a little fireworks? Ladd would take the flight for the alley-oop, and Ben Davis wins big, 71-58. Early start at the Southport Fieldhouse, so everybody can make it home for the Hoosier football game. Well, the Cardinals bringing the ball up the floor. Chris Cruz ends up with it, knocks down the three-pointer. Later, Center Grove would be working the ball around. Clint South gets it back, and he hits a triple of his own. Well done. One of my favorite gyms there, too, at Southport. Cardinals not done from beyond the arc. This time, Cruz swings it to Sam Lloyd. Connects from long range. Southport rolls 69-61 over the Trojans. Pacer mascot Boomer on hand at Zionsville, where the Eagles took on the Braves from above. Oh, you gotta love a Boomer. The boys in green and white off to a quick start. Camden Moore picks up the loose ball, takes it right to the hoop. No defense there. Next, it's Preston Johnson, who finds Nick Slively inside for another easy deuce. 8-0 Eagles before Buff got out of the blocks. But when you got an athlete like Chase Ward, you're never out of it. Great inside move for the layup. But Ryland Gore kept Zionsville close, and they get it done 50-31 over Buff. Hey, we're not finished hooping it up. We'll check in on the Ricali Royals as well as the Spark Plugs and Speedways, so stick around. We'll be right back after this 10 up.
CBS 4 News is...
The Indiana Hoosiers making history tonight, winning the Peach Bowl and heading to the National Championship game coming up in a couple of weeks. We went ahead one last time to Alex Almanza, live down in Bloomington. Alex, tell us how it feels, what it sounds like, and what you're seeing down there right now.
Well, things are starting to quiet down, that's for sure. The crowd has really started to kind of file out into the streets, so some seats are open if you still want to come down. But things were really electric earlier today as the crowd kind of went into an uproar. Really excited. Now we've got Bill Nihill here, who's an IU grad, and Bill, this is a really exciting night for you guys.
Oh, it's just amazing. It's like a surreal, entire year to be able to see how what this team has accomplished and where this team has gone. And every time you think it can't get any better, it just gets like one step better.
Yeah, and so tell us, what was the excitement like? What was the energy? And what did you feel when that win finally came through?
Oh, just amazing. I mean, I think from the the first play of the game, I mean, you get the pick six, and we're up 7-0, and then they score, and then we just put it right back on them, and they scored again and just kept it going, and it was just amazing. And that this team has done this the entire year. It's just been an amazing season.
Do you kind of feel like you're going to be walking on eggshells when we play Miami, or we go down to Miami?
It's the way I felt about tonight too. That it was like, I felt a little bit like Oregon would adjust. They would learn something from the meeting we had earlier that they lost to. It was going to be a tighter game. And then you turn around and you look at this 30-plus point blowout. And, I don't know. I mean, at this point, I don't second-guess anything that Coach Sig and this team does. It's just amazing.
Yeah, and, you and I were talking. You're retired down here in Bloomington, and so this is really kind of good timing because, you're here and you're part of it.
Yeah, I moved down here in July. This is where I'm retiring. It's been just an amazing time to be on campus, to be in the community. People are just, incredibly excited by everything that's been done and everything's been accomplished. And you just can't think, everything that the administration, the athletic directors, the coaching staff, the team has done, it's just absolutely amazing.
All right, Bill Nihill, thank you so much for talking with us. We're going to keep you updated throughout the morning on 13 Sunrise as many more people, spill out to the streets and just really revel in this moment. It's a Friday night, so people are going to be partying all night, but we'll keep you updated, and obviously a lot of excitement here from